Okay, now today we will be doing the next session. What we are going to do now is about interfaces. The previous session we have already done with what were packages. We saw what is a package, what are the different ways of defining a package, and how we can call the different packages like one package within another package. Now we are going to do what is interfaces. So interface basically it is another way to achieve abstraction in Java, and it is a completely abstract class. When I say it is an abstract class, what does it mean? I am only going to specify what are the methods. The implementation of the methods will be specified later. So in the interface, we will only specify what the methods are. Okay. So it is a completely abstract class which is used to group related methods with empty bodies. So we are not going to specify what the body should contain. It will be empty bodies. Like for instance, I have shown here. Okay, now this is the access. What type of access? Whether it is a public access, private access. Then you have the keyword called as interface. Okay, then you have the name of the interface, and then in brackets I'm going to write the methods. For example, I've defined our interface over here. This is a keyword interface. I've given a name called as callback. So the name of the interface is callback, and inside this I have defined a function called as callback. It can be any other name. Don't get confused with this callback and this callback. Okay, they are different. So this you can, in case you're getting confused, you can even write callback one also. Okay, so first is the interface keyword followed by the interface name and the method which you want to define. So please note here, you're only giving the definition of the method and no implementation details are given. So why we use interfaces is basically for security and to achieve multiple inheritance, because Java does not support multiple inheritance. So to achieve this, we use interfaces. And then security, how it is achieved is because we are not giving the implementation details. We are only defining the function over here. Implementation will be given in the class, whichever is going to call this interface. Okay. So basically, what is the interface? Interface is nothing else but it is just like a fully abstract class wherein only the implementation details are being stored, and only the definition is being given and implementation is not being given. And when and why we use interfaces? Two things. First one is to achieve security. So in security, we hide certain details and show only the important details. And the second point is to achieve multiple inheritance. Okay. So I have given you a simple example of an interface over here. Okay. Now we'll just see how we are going to implement the interface. So I will write the keyword class followed by the class name. Okay. If you are extending a super class, you can write, that is when you are having inheritance, we use this portion. Okay. Now for interface, we have to use the implements keyword. Implements keyword is used to define interfaces. So implements interface 1, interface 2, many interfaces you can define. Okay. For example, now see here in this thing, I have said class, this is the keyword. The class name is client. It is implementing callback. So what is callback? Earlier, the previous slide I showed you, I have repeated it over here. Callback is an interface. Now what does this callback contain? It contains a method called as, I had given changed it to callback 1. It contains a method called as callback 1. Okay. Now whichever class is implementing this interface, it has to also implement all the methods of that interface. Remember, whichever class is implementing this interface. Now here class client is implementing the callback interface. Okay. Now in callback interface, which method do I have? I have a method called as callback1, which is taking an integer parameter. Okay. So this class which is implementing the callback interface should also implement this method which is defined in this interface. Okay. So it should also define callback1 because that is a method which is defined in this interface. So I have defined this and I'm just saying callback with P. So this is how I'm going to call a interface. The class name followed by the class keyword followed by the class name, then the implements keyword followed by the interface. I'll just show you a simple example here. You can see. Okay, you can just see over here. Uh, One second, I did something. Okay. Now you can see over here, I have a package called, some name is given. I've created an interface called as animal. Okay. Now inside this animal, there are two functions if you see. There is a function called as animal sound, and then there is a function called as sleep. So two functions are there. Now whichever class is implementing the interface should also define or give the definitions for both these functions. Remember. So your animal interface has how many functions? It has two functions, animal sound and sleep. So you can see here inside the interface, I've already written here, interface body is not there. There's no body. I'm only giving the prototype for both the functions, animal sound and sleep. Okay. Now I have a class pig which is implementing animal. So what is animal? Animal is a interface. Okay. Now in this interface I have defined two functions, animal sound and sleep. So both these functions have to be defined over here. I'm writing animal sound, some content is there, sleep, some content is there. Okay. Now in case I don't define these functions, it will return an error. So I'll just run the program and show you. Now see, yeah, it says when you run the program, the pig says VV. Where is that? Here, the first function, animal sound. Pig says VV. And then ZZZ, that is a sleep function. Okay. I've just created an object of the class pig as new pig. Then I'm calling using that object my pig. I'm calling animal sound and sleep. Now just imagine I don't implement this particular function. Okay. And this also I will comment. Okay. Now let's see what happens. I have defined the same thing. Only thing what I have done is in your interface animal, I have defined two functions. But pig is implementing animal, and inside pig, I am only giving the definition for the animal sound. The second function I have commented. So what happens over here when I run this program? See, it throws an exception. Okay, initializer exception is being thrown. See here, pig is not abstract and does not override the abstract method of sleep. That's what it says. So what does it mean? If I define two functions, I have to implement both the functions in the class which is implementing that particular interface. Okay. Yeah. That is what is a interface. So basically interface is nothing but it is an abstract definition of a class. Interface is nothing else but a abstract definition of a class. Okay. Now I'll take another example for you all. The same callback function what I showed you. Okay, in the PPT. Okay, here I have I have a class called as callback, wherein I am defining an interface called as callback. You can see this is the interface called as callback, and I am defining only one function, callback int parent. That's all I'm defining. So callback is a function which I'm defining. So if ever I am going to implement this interface, then I have to define this function callback. Okay, which will take an integer parameter. So then I go to my client.java. So here what I'm doing, class client is implementing callback. So you can see this what is this callback? Callback is the interface which I had defined earlier. Okay, and client is implementing that interface. So when a client is implementing the interface, you have to define the methods of that interface. So methods of the interface means callback is a method of the interface. So I'm implementing that. It takes an integer value and I'm printing callback called with P. Now It is not mandatory that only it has to implement the methods of the interface. Okay, it can implement even methods which are not part of the interface. That means, see here, non-iFace method is not a part of the callback interface, right? Non-iFace method, if you see, I have too many tabs open here. I'll just close some. Okay. Now, see here. Callback had one function called as callback. Okay. Right? Okay. Now, we want client. In client, I have two functions. Client is implementing callback. But I have two functions here. One is part of the interface. This is a non-interface method. Okay. So that means I can even implement non-interface methods in my class which is implementing a interface. Okay, then I go back to my main program. My main program is test interface. Okay, now here, just see here what I've done. I have created an object of callback. Okay, and then I'm creating an object of client. Why I've created object of client? Because in client I have a non-interface method also. Now this non-interface method cannot be called using C because C is a object of the interface. Okay, whereas C1 is an object of the class client. So now I'm calling C.callback. C is object of callback. Okay, passing the parameter 42. Then I'm calling C1.non-interface method, the second method. Here. To call this function, I need an object of this class. To call this function, I need an object of this class. Please understand the difference. Okay, because callback is a method defined in my callback interface. Whereas non-interface method, this is not part of this. It is part of only this. So to call non-interface, I need an object of the client class. Whereas to call callback, I need an object of callback. That is what I am doing over here. For calling callback, I have created object C, which is part of callback. And for calling non-interface, I have created C1, which is object of client. Okay. Now we will run this and see how it's going to work. See here. Now it's printing callback called with 42. That is the first statement. Callback called with P. P is nothing but 42. Then it is printing classes that implement interfaces. See here. Classes that implement interfaces may also define other members too. This one. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to do with interfaces. It is just a abstract representation. You can see here an abstract representation of a function, and whichever class is implementing the interface. Okay, whenever a class implements the interface, it has to define the methods of that interface. Okay. So this is a simple example of a interface. Next we have is a nested interface. I can have one interface within the other. That is what we call as a nested interface. So an interface normally can be declared either as a member of one class or another interface. So here we are showing an interface as a member of one class. Okay. Such interfaces, they are called as member interface or nested interface. Here, this point. Member interface or nested interface. When I define an interface as a member of a class or another interface, they are called as member interfaces or nested interface. Okay, so nested interfaces, again, they can be declared as public, private or protected. But again, here is different. So this is a simple example of a nested interface. I have a class A in which I have defined an interface as nested if. So inside this interface, I have defined a function is not negative. Okay. Now, class B is implementing this interface. That means this is getting nested inside this. So your interface is getting nested inside a class. Into which class? Into your class B. Okay. So class B is implementing class A's interface. Which interface? Nested. Okay. And once I implement an interface, what have I told? It has to implement all the methods of the interface. So which is a method of this interface? It is not negative. So I am implementing is not negative over here. Okay. Now, okay, let's see what it's going to give as output. See here. What am I doing? I've created an object of this interface. Then I'm passing 10 as a value. Now it's going to come over here, read the value of 10. If it is less than 0, it will return false, else it will return true. So the first case, when I pass 10, it is going to return true, correct? So it's going to print 10 is not negative. So condition is if not negative, means if the condition is true, then it is going to print this. Second case, when I pass 12, what it's going to do? Minus 12 is less than 0. So it returns false. So here, if true, is it true? No, it is false. So it will not print this only. This statement will not get printed. Okay, so just let's run the program and see. See, it's only printing 10 is not negative. Why it's not printing? This won't be displayed because minus 12 is negative value. If it is a negative value, it is going to return false. If it is false, here the condition fails. Here the condition is if it is true, then you enter the loop. Okay, now if I give plus 12 over here, let's see what happens then. Yeah, now it's printing. Now see, for 12 it is printing. This won't be displayed because it is a positive value. Okay. So here what have I done? I have nested the value of, see here, x is not negative is actually part of the interface nested if, which is part of class A. But I am calling it in class B. So I have nested an interface inside a particular class. Okay, this is what we call as nested interfaces. Okay. So I hope this is clear to every one of you. The next one is variables in interface. Okay. So interfaces can also be used to import shared constants. Okay, by declaring an interface which contains variables. We can initialize those variables to some desired value and we can use it in the, we can include that in the interface in the class. So all those variables names will be in the scope as constants. Like for instance here, I have defined no is equal to 0, yes is equal to 1, maybe equal to 2. So all these are different variables which are defined in the interface shared constants. Okay, so I am defining different variables and these variables can be used as constants. So in a switch statement, if I say switch 0, switch no, it means it is pointing to value 0. Yes means it is pointing to value 1. Okay, so what I am trying to do over here is, in this particular program, I'll just show you. Okay, you have one interface which is called as shared constants. Okay, now inside this interface I have a set of variables which are defined with particular value. So I have around 6 variables with values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then I have a class called question which is implementing this shared constants. So these variables, now inside this class, inside this what I'm trying to do, I have a function. I'm generating a random number. So you know this random function is used to generate a random number. So inside that I have a function, method ask. I'm calculating the probability. I'm going to check what number is generated. So if that number generated is less than 30, it will return no. If it is less than 60, it will return yes. Less than 75, it will return later. So some conditions based on that. Okay. Then I have a class called as ask me. Now inside this what I'm going to do, it's returning some value, right? Okay. Now inside this what I'm going to do, you're going to switch the result of whatever you get over here. Okay. Now, if the result is no, then it's going to print no. Okay. If it is yes, it's going to print yes. So based on the constants given there in your shared constants, it's going to display these results. Okay. So I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times I'm calling this function. So we'll get 5 outputs. We'll just see what outputs we're going to get for this. Run the program. I'll just see here. Okay. The first number generated is 13. So go to this program. Random number generated is 13. So here, if it is less than 13, it should print no as the output. Okay. It's printing no. Yes. Next number generated is 28. 28 also it should print no as the output. It is printing no. Yes. Okay. Then next number generated is 35. 35 means it should print yes. It's printing yes. It's printing yes. Then it is 64. Next number generated. Right. 64 means it should print later. So let's see what. Yeah, it's printing later. Then you are generating 33. 33 means it should print yes as the output. It is printing yes. So what am I trying to do over here basically? I am defining variables as constants and trying to print the value based on these constants using the interfaces. So this is how we use variables inside interfaces. Okay. And the last part of interfaces is how one interface can inherit another by using the keyword extends. Okay. So one interface is inheriting the other interface using the keyword extends. Now just look here. I have basically okay. Now here I have interface A in which I have defined two methods, method 1 and method 2. Then I have interface B which is extending A. So inside interface B I have defined only one method, method 3. But because interface B is extending interface A, how many will be there inside this? It will contain method 1, method 2 and method 3. Okay. Now my class is implementing B. When I implement this interface B, what you do, it should define all the methods defined in that particular interface. So in B, which method is defined? Method 3 is defined, right? And since it is extending A, method 1 and 2 also is defined. Okay. So that is why I have defined method 1, method 2 and method 3. You can see all three are defined over here because I am implementing B. Okay. Then I have a main program. Now I am going to call method 1, method 2 and method 3 using the object of my class. So when I run this program, you can just see, yeah, it's printing implement method 1, implement method 2, implement method 3. All the three in order of code, it's going to print. Okay. Is this clear? Okay. So this is how we can extend interfaces. That is, one interface can inherit another by using the extends keyword. So that is about interfaces. Now we learned about how you define an interface, how you implement an interface, then how you can access the implementations through the interface, then member interface or the nested interface, and variables in the interfaces. So some points about the interfaces is I've already told you, it's just like an abstract class and it cannot be used to create objects, because even in abstract classes we cannot create any objects and they don't have any body. We only specify the definition. The prototype definition is being specified, and once you define interface, all its methods have to be overridden. Means you have to define or you have to write the code for what method can be done. In case you do not want to write a code, at least an empty pair of empty brackets or braces should be accompanied with it. Okay, then they are default by default abstract and public and static, and it will not contain any constructor. Okay, then why and when do we use interfaces? I've told you 2 points. One is to achieve security, and other one is, since Java does not support multiple inheritance, it can support multiple inheritance through interfaces. Okay, so this is all about interfaces. I hope you all have understood what this is. Thank you.